Yeah, but like it was fully fully all this down in the clouds.
Jeez.
Oh, I should have saw that.
After spending the night camped at Howitts Hut, it wasn't far to the start of the Caledonia River track. We started on the northern end of the track, where you make your way up and down the ridgeline before you make the steep descent down into the valley in the Caledonia River. Because my car has no front locker or traction control, it's vital that you keep both front tyres on the ground with even traction. As soon as one tyre loses traction, you're back to two-wheel drive, making it very hard to get any further. With an IFS vehicle, this can be tricky, particularly with no one to spot you. It can be hard to see on the camera, but this track was quite steep and rough, and is a big step up from other tracks we did on this trip, like Blue Rag Range and Billy Goat's Bluff and things like that. While you don't need a huge lift, tyres or lockers, you do need a reasonably well set up four-wheel drive for the Caledonia River track. And if you're going to do it on your own, you need to be prepared and have that experience. After descending into the valley, you follow the Caledonia River through a series of bog holes and river crossings.
Deep in the
option 1. Option 2.
eight.
How deep is it? Looks pretty bad, this one.
Wait, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Let's check with my stick I got. Deepest. Start from the start.
Jeez.
What the hell?
That's a bad one.
Still want to go through it?
No way. We'll get bogged.
How do you know?
We'll definitely get bogged in that. I'm not just going to get bogged for the fun of it. Guarantee we'll get stuck in that. It's deep and it's very thick sludge.
What is that one even deeper?
Well, I doubt it. This one will be shallow.
The deepest. Is the middle the deepest?
No, the middle's normally the up bit. The deepest is on the side bits where the wheels go. Alright, let's check the next one. Bog hole city through here.
Well, do you know that way actually it only leads you through half of it?
Does it?
But anyway, you actually only get bogged because you got bogged at the end.
Jeez, and then there's even another way around here. Jeez, I told you this track was bog hole city.
What do you mean? I don't get it. Shut up.
I get it.
I don't.
You have a look at that. Go around there. Not that little bit just there. Walk around the corner and have a look what's around the corner. Gotta let these two cars pass. They said it gets pretty bad up ahead, lots of big bog holes.
Yeah, at least we can get through them, but they'll probably get... Even one just got stuck on that bit of river crossing.
Yeah,
so they'll probably kill themselves on the hill.
Yeah. Their cars aren't anything too crazy, but a Lexus and a Land Rover, so they said they didn't get bogged, so they said they were close, but we should be alright. As we progressed along the track, the weather only got worse. The rain started to get heavier and heavier.
Oh, that is super deep.
Oh man,
That is super. hooked. He's hooked. And he... Make it props. Any good he's gone to off that. On the
It's getting very wet out here, the rain's setting in. It's not too bad at the moment, it was pretty heavy a minute ago. And this mud is getting slipperier. Might be in for an interesting day. Well, we already have been, but could get worse. I've been putting my hat on the camera so the camera doesn't get wet. Hat goes on top. And Kai's literally having the best time ever. He loves mud. This one looks interesting.
Yeah, I got the fork because I fenced it.
Yeah, Kai said that he thought there was something crazy coming up, and here it is.
Yes, here it is.
Huh. I don't think there's any way around this one, you got to go through it.
And I actually didn't think, I just said I sensed it, so... Ow.
Oh, buddy.
Oh my god, I have to get this. It looked super crazy where I was.
Yeah. It's bloody deep. The rain stopped, just having a bit of lunch, stopped on the creek here. Beautiful area down here if you're willing to take on the track. Heaps of nice campsites along the banks of this Caledonia river. I think we're most of the way through now. We've only got about one river crossing to go out of the 8, and then we make our way up Dingo Hill out of here. You having fun on this track today?
No.
Well, I think you are having fun with all the bog holes. Do you reckon there's any more bog holes to go? We've done them all.
Well, I can sense something, so I probably can.
Sense something coming up. The muddy sections on the Caledonia River track just kept going and going and going. Although it had been raining a bit this day, we were generally in a pretty hot and dry summer period, meaning the bog holes were generally pretty dry and shallow at the time. After finishing the Caledonia River track, we started making our way up out of the valley via Dingo Hill track, which was very steep, rough and challenging.
That's awesome! What? You just took one in the jugular, man! Whoa! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god, I did! Is this bad? Is this bad? You should pull that out. That shit is not cool. Pull it out. The dog, man. You got a fucking dog in your neck. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. I like you. You're crazy.
Car just hit 60,000 Ks. It's meant to have a 60,000 K service, but I'd say it's going to be over by a bit because it's going to be about another 1,500 Ks till we get home. We're nearly at the top of that Dingo hill track now. That was definitely an interesting drive. It's very steep and very rocky, washed out a fair bit, but we're nearly up the top now. It's raining.
What's the rabbit not even helping?
We just got to camp. It's about 5:30, not too late today, which is good. So we came out, what was it? We did the Caledonia River track and then we came up Dingo Hill. We've now come sort of out of the bush tracks, about 25-30 Ks out of the town of Licola, back towards the high country. I've just hit the tar road. I found a nice little spot here right on the creek. I think we're at number 13 camp, I think it's called. We just passed number 14, which is the last one, so I'm guessing there's about 14 camps along this river all the way back towards the town of Licola. Just absolutely poured down on the way here a minute ago, but it only lasted for about 15 minutes. And it's starting to clear up a bit now, so hopefully it's gone.
Or it might be still pouring up there because we're sort of a bit kind of down off the mountain.
I also just noticed that I ripped the mud flap off my car today.
And
So I might have to cable tie that flare on until I get home and get a new mud flap or something, so it's not flapping around there everywhere.
And well, I said probably broke your car, Dad, and he did.
And I broke my car. Also, I must say that I'm very happy with these General Grabber tyres. This is the first proper trip I've done in them. I only got them just before I went away. I had the Mickey Thompsons before, which were good, but they're getting very worn out. And I was sort of debating whether to get new tyres for this trip, and I'm glad I did. These are the new Grabber X3. They're a 265 by 75 on a 16-inch rim, so it's a little bit under a 32-inch tyre. But I just had so much grip today through that mud and up those hills on those older Mickey Thompsons. They're good when they're new, but obviously when they're worn out, there's so much more grip on new mud tyres. And I think these tyres are possibly a little bit better as well. They seem to have a bit more grip and they really bag out when you let the air out of them.
So he's got a sword.
And you smashed his arm off.
And he's got a little sword.
You got that guy from Dargo Shops.
Yep. And look how strong his sword is.
Pretty strong.
And he's got a little gun, and I can fix it, but it's pretty weak if I fix it. Woo woo! Superpower punch!